Hi everyone, I'm Jay,
I'm Colin.
and this is Star Wars Conversations. Hey Colin, how you doing?
I'm very, very cool, my friend. Very cool. Super excited to be back on Star Wars Convo. It's been a
Yeah,
bit of a gap.
there has been a bit of a gap. There's going to be a few more gaps in coming weeks because, I'm currently moving house, and
Oh,
then I
yeah.
have a little baby girl on the way as well. So she's going to be due in the next month. So we're probably going to have a few breaks there because it's going to be very difficult for me to find the time initially, I think. And
Very
then
inconsiderate of you, my
I
friend.
know how mean of me doing that. But we'll try and work something out. So once I get an understanding of what I've got to do, then then I'll work out some times where I can get on to the show. But the other good thing is, with me moving house, I'm only
You're
going to
nearer to
be
me.
I'm going to be about 25 minutes away from you. Yeah,
Yeah,
something like
man.
that.
Wicked.
So, that will mean that we'll have an opportunity to maybe do a couple more live versions of the show, but also we'll try and do some recorded ones as well, where we're just sitting together and doing the show, with us in the room. We'll make those video episodes, and also we've been talking about maybe some of you regular listeners. When we do those shows, Skyping in and joining the conversation with us. We've got a few of you guys that check out the show every week. So if you are interested in doing that, drop us a line. If you're on our Facebook group at Star Wars Conversations, just you can private message us. Message Star Wars Conversations on Messenger there. Or you can get us on Twitter. If you just
Yeah,
go to our
tweet us or something.
Twitter page, you can just do a direct message there if you're interested. Where else? Instagram, I guess. Can they do it? No, they can't do an
Yeah,
private
they
message
can
there, can
send me.
they? Or
Yeah, they
just send it
can.
on the
Yeah.
Instagram or
Yeah.
however else,
Or smoke signal.
smoke signal. Yeah, like the Ewoks do. That's
Yeah.
a good way
Yeah.
of doing things. So, if you're
Or,
interested,
or like a force message.
send it through the Force.
Leia, hear me.
So there's that. There was something else that I had
Just let go,
thought.
Luke.
But also, it would be nice to try and take a few more questions from regular listeners. So, the same way that you can contact us, if you have any questions that you'd like us to address, please do send them in. Because I think that just makes the show a little bit more fun if we have a bit of interaction with you guys. And, we've been going for a while now. And
And
we've
also,
got
Jay's going to
listeners.
be really, really tired. So he's not going to be able to think of things to talk about. So
I
we're going to
already
need to
can't.
spoon feed him.
I'm tired now. I can't think of things to talk about. So, but it's more fun, isn't it? When you get some of the regular listeners taking part, it's more enjoyable for us, right? Like
Yeah.
it's nice to get a bit of that. And we've been going for a while, as I was saying. We've got people that listen all the time. We get some comments from you guys, so please do drop them in. It'd be awesome to hear from you. It's been a while since we've got any of those messages.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I
Yeah,
think that sounds perfect, Jay. I'd love to speak to the listeners.
I
So
would as well. You know,
I'd love to know there are listeners, first of all. That'd be
Well,
nice.
we've checked the podcast. We're getting regular listeners on there, right?
We are
So
getting regular
so
listeners.
and the thing is, in the beginning, it's a bit difficult because you don't know what's what. But every
Yeah.
week now, we're getting a consistent amount of people checking out the show. So we'd like to hear
And
your
even if
voices.
you're in the US, you can still join us because
Yeah,
we don't record till late. So as long as you get home at a fairly decent time from work, you can probably talk to us.
yeah. I mean, but you can send your questions in, or if you want to do like a video message. We'll be able to play the audio if we're doing an audio edition. But if we're doing a video edition, then I'll stick your video up, and then your face gets on the internet too. If you
Well,
want it, you can wear a
if
mask. It's
that's
up
not
to
going to
you
convince everyone, nothing will.
because no one's face is on the internet.
So let's talk about some Star Wars, Jay. I've
All
been
right.
Itching to talk to you. And
Okay.
approach
Okay.
your pages. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so first of all, right, obviously Han Solo is coming
Yeah.
out in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, in 2
I'm
weeks.
I'm actually getting quite excited.
Dude, I am well
I
excited.
think I messaged you the other day saying I was being a bit grumpy and I'm a bit cheesed off with Last Jedi and
Mm.
Ryan,
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
his face, Johnson
yeah,
annoying me, and a bit on a downer about Star Wars, to be honest. I was
yeah.
getting a bit fed up. I haven't even made it halfway through that Last Shot book. That
Ah, okay.
Solo
Oh,
and
you haven't?
no, I just can't
Ah,
be bothered
okay.
with it. It's
Wow.
boring. So, and I haven't read any Star Wars. I've read 2 Star Wars comics.
Since we last spoke.
Yeah, and it's I was just getting a bit fed up.
Hmm.
And I was thinking, what is this the end of Star Wars conversations? Because I can't be asked to read any or watch any. And then I started seeing these little Han Solo, little messagey, little trailer things. And actually, I am excited now, especially since I think really this week I've just got real excited. And I think it's because, what was it I saw? People are starting to talk about this film as though, forgetting
Well,
all the baggage that comes with The Last Jedi and
yeah.
what they've done wrong, because this is just a story about Han Solo, it's free of all that, I think. And so actually, I think it's going to be really refreshing and just a bit of fun.
Well, I mean, you got Lawrence Kasdan wrote it, right? And he'd always said he wants to write Han Solo. And they had the premiere in Hollywood. Did you see they built a life-size Millennium Falcon on
Did
Hollywood
see that.
Boulevard? Oh, how cool is that?
Very cool.
But the majority of people came out of there really enjoying it. Now, they didn't say it was like the perfect movie or the greatest movie they've seen, but it was the general consensus was it was a great fun adventure film, which is what you want Han Solo to
That's
be,
what I want.
right? They said it had a bit more humour, so it wasn't as serious as The Last Jedi. It was. They also said not as serious as Rogue One, but I thought there was some decent humour in Rogue One. But
That was a pretty serious film, though, dude.
it had a serious story. The storyline was
Stakes.
serious, yeah. But there was some good humour in there. I mean,
I thought the
KT
end was a
good.
laugh.
Yeah, Dan was right. But no, but with Solo, okay, if you look at the character, yeah, he should have some wisecracks, and you got Lando, so he should be a bit like that too. And then you've got the whole, there's a train heist, and it's a bit of a western, so a bit of a lighter feel to it, but still quite a good adventure. You can see how he meets Chewie, all that kind of stuff. I am really looking forward to it, and I'm glad that you brought up The Last Jedi because when as you know, when I watched it in cinema, I saw it. I think I saw it like 4 times or 5 times in cinema.
10 times.
No, I didn't see it 10 times. I think I saw it. I want to say I saw it 4 times. I think that's how many I saw it. Anyway, when I first watched it and I came out, I was like, I had this weird thing. I was like, I liked it. I did like it. That's how I felt. And I think I did a video and I was like, no, it was good. I enjoyed it. And I genuinely did. And each time I watched it, I didn't like it more and I didn't like it less. I liked it the same every time. So I came away going, no, I liked it. It's a good film. It had some bits I didn't like so much, but overall I enjoyed it.
Canto by it.
Yeah. My favourite scene was the bit with
Rose.
the red, of course. My favourite scene was the bit with the Red Guards, the fight. I thought that was an awesome scene.
Rose's hair. Shout out to Wendy.
But then I bought the Blu-ray, right? And
Has the Blu-ray ruined it for you?
well, I bought the Blu-ray and I got it home and I couldn't watch it that day, so I put it in the cupboard and I didn't put it on. And then it got to May 4th and we're sitting here and Andrew's like, Ange, my wife, for people who don't know, was like, hey, we should put Star Wars on. It's May 4th. I was like, yeah. And she goes, well, you haven't watched The Last Jedi yet. Why don't we put that on? So I was like, okay, yeah, good idea. I'd watched the documentary as soon as I got it. I got
that's
it.
what I did.
And then you said, oh, check out the documentary. It's very good. I watched that and it was very good. So I put on the Last Jedi and we sat there and we started watching it. And we're kind of watching it going...
It's quite long, isn't it?
But we're watching it going... And just check your phone, look on the internet a little bit and talk, And then Andrew's like... I'm getting tired. And I was like, kind of bored. And
Dude, I turned it off halfway and I haven't put it back on since.
exactly the same, right? So Angie got tired and she goes, I'm going to go to bed. I was like, okay. And I said, you know what? Because we weren't far away. I was like, the Red Guard scene's coming up in a minute.
That's why I stopped it.
So I did the same. I watched the Red Guard scene. That all finished. And then I think it got to the bit where Kylo Ren chokes Hux. Is that right? He chokes in there, doesn't he? Yeah. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to stop it. And then I think I went to bed after that. And then we were chatting the other night. And I was like, it was weird that day. Like, it was kind of boring. She goes, but didn't you notice how we've not felt the need to put it back on and finish the movie? And I was like, yeah, I know. And I just can't be bothered. And it's weird. It's weird that happened because now my opinion of the movie has changed a little bit because I genuinely did come away from cinema every time going, I enjoyed that.
Me too. I defended it.
But I don't feel like I want to watch it. And the difference is, The Force Awakens, I'll throw that on any time. I really enjoy it.
I will watch it now. If you want me to watch it now, I would.
And that's a really weird thing, because this is the first time that's ever happened to me with a Star Wars movie. Normally, any of the Star Wars films, I'll put them on. Now, we're talking, the live-action movies. If you got me to put on, do a Fest of Rebels,
the Clone Wars movie,
get the hell out of here, right? But so it's such a weird thing, and now I really hope that.
What do you think it is, though? Do you think because like I say, this is coincide with my sort of disillusionment with Star Wars for a week or so, where I just think, because I started watching these YouTube videos, I put a few links onto the group, and it's like it's called Star Wars Antics. This guy and he's doing it to take the mick, but he's basically cutting scenes of Ryan and Mark Hamill in different things from like Celebration and stuff with the crowd, and just really honing in the bits where Ryan Johnson's saying he doesn't care about what the fans want, he's just going to tell the best story he can, and which is all fine. Do you know what I mean? I ain't got a problem with that, but showing Mark Hamill's little face breaking when he realises what's happening to his character, and
but the thing
I'm just thinking, this isn't the story I wanted. I think that's the issue.
The Mark Hamill things, that's being put out a lot, that he is very unhappy. He did say that he didn't agree with what they're doing with the character, but he said, but you know what, it's not my character, it's owned by you guys. I'll do what I need to do, and I'll do the best I can.
Didn't
he did, however, because I watched the John Campion show a lot, and he does the Star Wars show.
You love him,
and
you love him more than I love Andy.
He's brilliant, but he went to the premiere, right, and he said, I was standing there right next to Mark Hamill, and he goes, he loved it. Like, he goes, I've got to talk to him. He also knows his son, Nathan, and he's like, he actually did like the movie. He liked
Mark Hamill does like the attention, though, doesn't he? He's not exactly shy when it comes to.
I think there's just being a little bit blown out of proportion as to how much is being said he hates it.
Yeah, I agree with that. But taking away Mark Hamill factor, it has made me realise.
Oh yeah,
I'm not particularly happy with the direction they've gone with the film.
And same. And that's what I've got from it, because if I was, I would be.
I'd be excited.
I'll be like watching it whenever I can, right? Like, it's your newest Star Wars film on Blu-ray. Every time you get a new Star Wars movie on Blu-ray, you watch the hell out of it, right? Because let's say Rogue One. As you know, I loved Rogue One, right? I couldn't wait to get my hands on that Blu-ray, and as soon as I got it, first thing I did, chuck it on, sit and watch it, a few times. With this one, I wasn't ever like, I can't wait till that comes out. I was like, it'll come out, I'll get the Blu-ray, I'll watch it, and I got the Blu-ray and put it in the cupboard. And that was it.
Yeah, it's weird because I was looking forward to getting the Blu-ray as well. I was quite excited, I
was more excited about Solo before you were, right?
Yeah.
So,
I've only literally just got excited, literally about this weekend.
Yeah, I didn't.
I only booked my tickets this morning. So.
I didn't get disillusioned with it because I I started to really feel like Solo's going to be good quite a while back, and I was quite happy to see that. Obviously, the initial reactions came out. Most people, a couple of people, said they were disappointed, but the overall majority said they liked it. And last time I checked, it had a 98% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. So it did have. It's getting quite a bit of praise, and obviously, if you look at critics that generally like the stuff you like, if I'm getting those saying they like it, then I'm like, okay, cool, that gives me a good way to judge. Now, I might still go in there and go, oh, I didn't like this, I didn't like that. Apparently there's I'm really trying to avoid anything about it.
Yeah, I don't want to read any reviews. I don't want to know anything, really.
There's meant to be some big spoilers in this one.
Wow.
The only thing that I have heard is that it's obvious they're setting it up for sequels. Yeah. And if it's good, awesome.
Yeah, great.
Let's go there.
I mean, I expected that anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course.
But I am sort of hoping that these the next few Star Wars stories are going to be linked, and they don't necessarily. A bit like how Marvel are going to be doing the future Marvel films, rather than it be like a Doctor Strange and a Captain America. It's being two or three characters in the same film, and I'd like that for the Star Wars stories. So if they are going to have an Obi-Wan or a Boba, I'd like them to be like with Han or with.
I don't know about that with Obi-Wan, because then you start shrinking the universe again. And when we first met Obi-Wan, Han doesn't know him, and you don't want. What's the point of then bringing those characters?
Not necessarily that mixture of characters, but that sort of. I'd like to see it not just being.
If they did some new characters, they could do stuff like that. It'd be quite cool. Like with Rogue One, we've got new characters. So I quite like those characters, and there would be an opportunity. I
like them more than I thought I would, and I think this is I think I've come to over the past couple of days. I've come to the realization. I know we've talked about this before, but I actually now really feel it is that you're just not going to like everything that comes out, and that you just got to pick and choose the things you want to watch, and the things that you want to get invested in.
More so now, right? Because when we were kids, we were very limited.
Well,
and now films. Exactly. So now it's just going to absolutely flood. There's going to be so much of it. Well, and you can't please everyone, right?
We've got the remainder of this saga. We've got the Rian Johnson trilogy. We've got the Faverau TV show. We've got the Game of Thrones boys trilogy.
The Faverau TV show, we'll talk about that in a minute. But what you just brought up there, the Rian Johnson trilogy, right? So now, after getting your Last Jedi Blu-ray and how you feel about it, how are you feeling about this new Rian Johnson trilogy? Are you looking forward to it, or is it kind of a bit of a whatever?
No, to be honest, I'm looking forward to it, but only because he's not touching the main characters. If he was touching the main characters again, I'd be a bit wary. But because I don't think he made a bad film.
Yeah.
I think, apart from the Canto Bight,
it's just what he did with characters.
It's what he did with characters and storylines that we were invested in.
Yeah.
And he didn't do what I wanted him to do. And I know, again, I think this is the big issue, and this is what people will argue against. Anyone saying something bad about The Last Jedi is saying, well, it's not up to you to decide. He was given the key, so he decides.
Well, yeah, they can't do what every fan wants. You can't just do fan service. We know that. But I understand what you're saying. He didn't treat the characters the way that those characters would act necessarily.
And the one thing that I think, I believe more and more now is that Luke Skywalker is one of the most positive characters ever in all of his other appearances, and I just don't believe he would have.
You don't buy that he would go that way exactly.
No,
yeah,
and particularly since we've had so many years of the Legends timeline where he overcomes so much in that. I mean, he went through the ringer.
And isn't it a shame though that the story group actually said that they'll pick and choose stuff from the Legends, and when you've got so much good stuff there, and they don't, they don't.
But they've wasted it. And I think this is, and JJ's a little bit to blame here, but none of the trilogy, the original trilogy guys, seem to have had a happy ending, and that's not what we really wanted.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that they can have a happy ending.
Well, not if they keep dragging it out. But then they should have left the characters.
It is always still a war, right?
But but that's the thing, though. They had that war. They should have had a period of peace, and they shouldn't have been brought into this trilogy, maybe.
Well, but then, I mean, look, someone like Luke, who at the time was considered himself the last of the Jedi, and he's gonna fight that war. He's not gonna leave it.
Yeah,
right.
But what I'm saying is, if he'd had a period of peace, from the end of Return of the Jedi to now, and now he's had to come out of retirement after getting married, having kids, and having a nice life.
The Empire's defeated.
Yeah.
And while the First Order's doing their thing in the background somewhere, he's chilling on a beach.
Yeah, exactly. and like if Han and Leia had actually had a nice marriage and actually, had 3 lovely kids, one of them go to the dark side, one of them die, and one of them turn to a sort of a Jedi, that would have been nice,
I suppose, from a certain point of view, one of the things there is that they've had zero happiness, really, have they? No. And it's like there should be some kind of payoff for what they did.
Yeah, exactly. And like, but the thing is, it's not like it's like 1 or 2 of the characters have had a crap life. It's all of them.
Yeah. I mean, Chewie doesn't even get a hug.
And he didn't even go home, did he? I mean, I think he went back to a little while and went to Kashyyyk, and Kashyyyk was knackered. Yeah. But Kashyyyk was attacked in the Aftermath books, and
right?
So they had a load of crap to deal with there. It's just like, anyway. So enough moaning. All I'm saying is, I'm just bloody hoping JJ brings it back for episode 9. But as I said, my point is, there's going to be bits in the Star Wars stuff I'm going to bother with, and there's going to be bits that I'm just going to not bother with, and I'll just pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I gave up on the books and the comics. I mean, the thing is, you get contradictions and stuff in some places, and some of the stories are a bit, and it's just like.
The Darth Vader comic is good, and I've just been looking at the Lost Stars comic, and that looks good as well.
We said this a long time ago, though, didn't we? That that you're gonna end up having problems when everything's canon, and you're tying their hands as well. You're tying the creators' hands, and then if you don't tie their hands, then you're going to get a whole bunch of stupidity, and that doesn't.
Nobody wants a bunch of stupidity.
No, they don't. But I mean, as for Rian Johnson's new movies, obviously we don't know anything about them, but you make a good point there that he's going to be, because he did say to be all new characters and everything, so it could potentially be quite good, because it's not someone that we're already invested in. We've got new characters that we could get invested in, as long as Dave Filoni doesn't advise him, and then we get.
I mean, I do. I am still can't believe how much Lucasfilm fell in love with him. Because to be fair,
with Rian Johnson,
to be fair, Looper wasn't that great. It was all right, and I hadn't seen any of his other films, and like I say, Last Jedi was okay, but it wasn't brilliant.
Yeah,
and so really, I don't know where they got this idea that he's brilliant and that he needs 3 films, and I'm wondering whether or not eventually it will be 3 films.
Well, I mean, he's writing it at the moment, isn't he? So,
but a lot can happen, and they ain't shy of bidding things off, are they?
No, and they're right to. I mean, this is their investment, right? They spent a lot of money on it, and if it's not really, I think that overall more people did like The Last Jedi than didn't. I think that you hear noise from people that don't like stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I think overall it was more liked. So
I think hardcore fans and old gits like us probably had the hardest time with it.
Unfortunately, they made a point throughout the whole movie of telling us this ain't for you guys.
The past is going to die. Yeah.
They really made a point of trying to go, hey guys, screw you. This ain't for you lot.
And again, I don't mind that, so long as this is my choice. My question was, thinking on this was, then they shouldn't have brought the original trilogy guys into it, or at least not beyond Force Awakens.
Yeah,
they should have finished Force Awakens where that was the end of our story.
Yeah,
not leave a big mystery box for us to find. you know, and that's
and just
JJ's
upset
fault, isn't it?
us. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's stop moaning about that. Well, we're talking about what's happening next. Then, so you mentioned Resistance.
Yeah, so that's the new cartoon.
Yeah, I'm quite excited about that. In that
Yeah.
it's a different art style,
It's
which I
about
think
Poe
you'll like.
Dameron and that, isn't it? It's about Poe Dameron, Captain Phasma's
Yeah.
in there, BB-8's in there.
I mean, again, it's about a new set of characters, but from the Resistance, and
Yeah.
and we're going to see the beginning of the Resistance, are we? Or is it? Well, it can't be if Poe Dameron's in it. It's
Yeah,
got
I mean,
fairly
I'm
into it.
not exactly sure of where it's set.
The timeline, I think. Well, I think Leia starts forming the Resistance about 10 years before
Before this cartoon.
before Force Awakens.
Oh, okay.
So
So this is in that period then.
yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, different art style. I mean, it's still Filoni, right? So I hope that he doesn't screw up characters like Poe Dameron and Captain Phasma and people that we like already.
To be honest, Johnson's already done that.
Yeah, I know. I suppose. Yeah, you make another good point. You're good. You're making good points tonight, Colin. But yeah, I guess it's one of those things. I wasn't a big fan of Clone Wars. I wasn't a big fan of Rebels. I'm still going to go and check this out.
Of course,
Got to, right? Yeah. But let's see what comes of it.
But I
I'll give it
also
the benefit
realise
of the
there are
doubt.
things in Star Wars I haven't watched. So there's things like that Freemasons or whatever it's called, that Lego thing. I haven't watched that, and I don't really watch Force of Destiny either, even though I have watched most of them.
Yeah, I don't watch those anymore because.
There's plenty of things in Star Wars, and I don't read the Star Wars Adventures comic, and so there's.
Yeah.
So to be fair, I am now trying to be not to see everything.
Dude, if you did, you would do nothing else.
Well, I think the problem is it's like there was that almost completist element where you felt you had to as soon as they said everything's canon, I feel like I have to watch everything.
But again, isn't that a real share for older fans? Because there was a time where we had watched everything Star Wars, and then it's like, oh wow, look, we're getting all this new Star Wars stuff, and then it's just like there's so much of it that you can't.
Yeah,
actually,
I watched this YouTube channel called Star Wars Explained.
Yeah,
and the guy on there, he must read and watch every single thing.
Yeah,
and it's just like, bloody hell.
Yeah.
How can you retain this information?
Yeah. Well, it's recorded, isn't it? And I think you don't see him, do you? It's like he has pictures and that, so he'll probably just do it in bits and edit it together.
Yeah. So Resistance, but then also the news this week was that Faverau
he's got his
is going to set his TV show after Return of the Jedi, basically.
No. That was a misquote.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So a guy called Dan Casey
from the Nerdist.
Yeah, he broke the news, but then he followed it up on his tweet saying, not sure if you folks saw, but I misquoted earlier. 7 years after the Battle of Yavin, not Endor.
Yeah, but that's still after Return of the Jedi then.
So yeah, but it's not going to be way, because if it was 7 years
but that's when I want it. That's exactly when I want it. Straight after.
Yeah. So this isn't going to be 7 years after, because then you're going to be seeing...
So that will be just after Jakku then, won't it? Battle of Jakku.
Yeah, I think so. So probably
that's exactly when I want it to be set, mate.
You're going to have the story in the game Battlefront, right?
Yeah.
And then I guess this must follow on after that.
Yeah, man. They might even have that woman in it, maybe the daughter.
Maybe. Yeah, could do.
I mean, he said it's got new characters.
Have they brought out any new single-player parts to Battlefront?
No, but I was going to tell you about Battlefront in a bit. It's a bloody mess.
Well, I know that EA are done with it as well, aren't they? They're
That's what everyone's saying. That's what everyone's saying.
So yeah, maybe. Although I think that he'll go for some new characters, to be honest. Actually, it does say it will feature all new characters. Also, they're using the cutting-edge technology they used in the Jungle Book, in that live-action Jungle Book movie.
Oh, does that mean it's going to be Green Bunnies then?
Is it what?
Green Bunnies.
No, because Jackson's not an all-new character.
Yeah, I know, but
But
it'll
they'll
be his
just make
son.
it all new.
It'll be his son.
Oh God, can you imagine?
I
No,
can imagine.
I
That's the
hope
problem.
it'd be good because Favreau's good. He's definitely been a long time Star Wars fan.
Oh yeah,
And
and he seemed excited with Han Solo as well, didn't he?
yeah. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that. You know, that's going to be on the Disney streaming service. I don't know how that's going to
Well, we'll
work.
have it on Netflix then, so it don't matter, does it?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I don't know if that's actually going to be what will happen here, or if they are going to release that Disney streaming service in the UK as well. I reckon they will. I reckon that will come
I
out
don't reckon
here.
they will straight away.
I think they will.
Do you?
Yeah, they're going to want to milk as much money out of people as they can. They'll get that out here because it's not out in the States yet. So once it's ready, I think they'll just launch it. It's a big enough company to launch it everywhere.
I'll just torrent it then.
You're not allowed to say those things on here, Colin.
Oh, well, I ain't subscribing to something else, I'll tell you that.
Well, they reckon, and I know it's probably just in the beginning, but they reckon it's going to be cheaper than Netflix.
I don't care.
So that's going to be
I'm still
pretty
not
damn
paying
cheap.
because I'll be watching one thing on it.
Well, no, because they're going to have all
I'll get
their
Resistance
Marvel
as well,
superhero
probably.
stuff will go on there.
Yeah, but Netflix are keeping the Netflix stuff.
Yeah, but then don't you think any new ones aren't going to go to Netflix? They're going to go straight to the Disney one. There's no way.
Yeah, but to be fair, I haven't watched Luke Cage or Punisher.
Oh, dude, Punisher's so
They're
good.
both rubbish. No,
No, it's so good.
I watched half of it. It's well, not even half of
no.
it. About 3 episodes.
Look,
Bored.
it's Daredevil and Punisher, the two best ones. By
Jessica
far.
Jones and Daredevil are the best.
Jessica Jones sucks ass. I couldn't even get into the second season. I started it and I was just like, switch this off.
I loved it.
The second season,
I liked her baldy mum.
dull. It's dull. I started it off and I was just like, I can't, man. Off.
I liked.
At least in
Anyway,
Punisher,
we're not
he
talking about
busts
bloody
people
Jessica
up.
Jones. We're talking about Star
Yeah.
Wars.
So, yeah, I think that you'll get any new Star Wars stuff will go onto that streaming service. So, and then you watch them crank out a whole bunch more series, a whole bunch more cartoons, because they'll have that right
They'll have
there
to.
get it
They'll
out.
fill it up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're going to get all the other Disney stuff. Don't forget, they also own ABC. They've got ESPN.
Muppets.
They own all that stuff. They own Henson Studios. So there's going to be loads. All their old cartoons. all
Oh,
their
is the
old
Dark
movies
Crystal
will go on
TV
there.
series going to be on that, or is that on Netflix?
I don't know. Is it on Netflix?
It hasn't come out yet. But
Yeah, I guess if it comes out when that's out, it will go on there.
cool. All right.
So,
Anyway,
yeah.
let's talk about Star Wars.
Well, that is Star Wars. Disney stuff is Star Wars, you know. So yeah, I mean, I think that if it is cheap enough, there will be benefits, I reckon, to getting it because there'll probably be so much stuff that comes out on there. So yeah, that's that.
That's that. What do you reckon about Danny Glover at the moment?
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover? Donald Glover, not Danny Glover.
Oh, I was like, what?
What am I on about? Yeah, Donald Glover and
Chris,
his.
you crazy mother.
Well, do you think like his thing that video at the moment he's done?
Where he was
That's
inside
not-
the Falcon.
No,
Oh.
the bloody song thing he's done.
Oh yeah.
The Gambino one or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Childish Gambino.
do you think that's going to have any repercussions on Star Wars?
No.
I thought it might, you know.
Why?
Well, it's quite controversial, isn't it?
But he already had a career before Star Wars.
Yeah, I know, but because they're like calling him the next Kanye now, aren't they?
But I mean,
I just think it's weird that he released that 2 weeks before Star Wars came out.
I don't think that it should. I mean, you know, the amount of actors that are out there. You know, just because you're in something, I don't think that it's going to affect him. I mean, look, the reports of him in Star Wars, everyone's kind of like Lando steals the show. They're like, he's amazing.
Well, I'm not surprised.
At the end of the day, it's all about money, right? And if he's the most popular thing for the fans, unless he done something like really, really, really bad, Disney are like, look, people come and watch this guy, So they're gonna put him in.
I
with
guess
amount
I'm
of
just
people I
nervous
saw-
about someone being too big before they go in the film because I don't like it to detract from Star Wars. I want Star Wars to be about Star Wars.
But you've got bigger actors in, like Woody Harrelson's a big actor, right? He's really well known. Sandy Newton's really well known. You've got what's his name, The Vision. He's really well known. There's a lot of people that are quite well known in this one already. I mean, like
Yeah, but they're
Ewan
not
McGregor
playing
now.
characters that we.
Ewan McGregor now, when
Yeah.
he plays Obi-Wan, he's an even bigger actor than he was back
Yeah,
then.
but he's Obi-Wan. That's
He
the thing.
is.
He is Obi-Wan in my head.
I think with Donald Glover, a lot of people that went to the premiere say it takes the first sort of 30 minutes to get, and this is ordinary, right? Because I think Lando's not meant to turn up for the first 30 minutes. They're like, first 30 minutes, you're like, oh, that's not Han Solo. And then you're just like, oh yeah, it's Han Solo. Like, you forget, your mind adjusts. And I think it'll be the same with him. If he's as good as people are saying, then I think it's going to be.
Well, that's what I'm hoping, because I think
Lando.
on the last episode I was saying to you, I was concerned that because he doesn't look that much like Lando, it's going to be hard for me to take him as Lando and not as Donald Glover. But I guess
if the
let's see.
performance is good enough, I think it will take your mind off
I
it.
tell you what turned me round on Solo was that clip that they showed of
Chewie.
No, the bit when they're on the standoff with the baddie lady.
Oh yeah.
And he's on about he tries to take over the negotiation bit, and he says about the 30 guys on the Falcon. Have you seen that bit?
What was that on the TV spots?
Clip. It's on the Star Wars YouTube channel.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's just was
Lando.
typical Han Solo Han Solo moment. I was just like, yes, this is it.
For me, it was there's a clip with Solo, and he goes. It's the one where he's playing Sabak with
that's cool.
with Lando, and he goes, "What's this game? Sabak?" And he goes, "It's Sabak." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then he says a few other things, and then he goes, "All right, Han." He goes, "It's Han, but that's okay." And I was just like, "Yeah, man, wicked." And also, obviously,
because Lando calls him Han, doesn't he?
yeah. And then Chewie playing the Jarek, where he's on the board, and Woody Harrelson like tricks him into the move, and then he gets pissed off and he tries to hit them. It's like it's a hologram. I like that as well. So it's good. I'm again with those clips. I'm kind of trying not to watch too many because I saw a couple and I was like, I like the look of it, and I don't want to watch too many more.
You say,
I did the
as
same
far as
with
I'm concerned,
Infinity
that's
War.
it for me now. I'm not watching anything else.
With Infinity War, I stopped watching all the clips because I was like, I want to go and watch the movie, So, same with this. It's 2 weeks away. I'm trying to avoid spoiling myself too much.
Yeah, I'm not watching anymore. And to be fair, we probably won't have a chance.
I'm gutted that I can't go to the midnight screening. I really wanted to go to the midnight
I'm going
screening.
to the midnight screening.
I know you are. I have to wait till the next morning. So that's the... man.
I'll send you a load of texts.
I haven't missed a midnight screening since the special editions. I watched midnight screenings.
Did you?
Yeah, in Leicester Square. I watched all of the prequel midnight screenings.
I watched Return of the Jedi midnight screening.
What? When it was the special edition?
No, 1983.
So
when I was whatever I was.
They re-released in what, 97 was it that they re-released?
Yeah, 97.
Yeah, so that was. So I watched all of the midnight screenings, and actually, what I did with all of those was I watched midnight screening, and then.
Why did you watch midnight screening?
Because it was Star Wars, and I was like,
have you seen them?
I know, but it was re-released. They hadn't been in the cinema for years, and all of the fans were in Leicester Square. And I made a Boba Fett costume, so I went down there dressed like that, and it was awesome, man. And it was just like, so I actually watched them all, and then watched the following screening. So I watched them back to back, all of those movies. And yes, this is the first one I'm not getting to do that on, man.
Did you watch it? Did you watch Attack of the Clones at midnight screening?
Yeah, I watched all of the prequels.
Did you watch the Clone Wars?
Because don't forget, I
did you watch the Clone Wars film?
No, I didn't. So we
Did
could
they
say
have a
that.
midnight screening of that?
I doubt it. But yeah, so first one I'm not getting to do that on now. It kind of sucks. But...
That's sad. All right, so tell you about Battlefront.
Go on, tell me about Battlefront. Then I think we should probably wrap it up after that because we're coming up to an hour now.
Well, so Battlefront is a bit of a mess, as I said earlier. They had a massive breakdown for about 10 hours where the servers went down. They've been really, really bad at communication, and obviously season 2 basically hasn't come out. So we had the season 1, which was just came out just before Last Jedi, and then everyone was expecting season 2 sort of like around about beginning of February, middle of February, and it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turned out that they were going to completely revamp the progression system because everyone's been moaning about it being pay to win and all that crap. So they redid that. And so everyone put that down to that's why basically they didn't do a season 2 when they were supposed to.
Yes.
And everyone was saying that they thought season 2 was going to be Clone Wars, and that there's been loads of leaks of skins and stuff that have been half made for like Obi-Wan and Grievous and all that kind of stuff. And people are pissed off because so many people want Clone Wars. It's unbelievable.
You do, don't you?
I'm not bothered about it, to be fair.
I thought you'd want that.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. We're not the age where we grew up with Clone Wars, whereas I think a lot of gamers are. Well, that's the generation that grew up as kids with that. So they did all that, and basically the progression system came out, and that was good. Really, really good. They have done a good job of that. And then they were saying that all you're going to be able to do is pay for skins, right? And so the question in a lot of people's minds have been, well, how is EA going to make any bloody money on this game? Because we know that it's only just broken even in terms of the sales of the game. And so we've been waiting for season 2 announcement. Everyone was then going, well, obviously it's going to be Han Solo because obviously it's going to be May. And on Wednesday we had the announcement, but again, it wasn't a big announcement like with the old Battlefront game where they'd release a video and all this kind of excitement. It was literally a post on the forum. Like that, the website hasn't even been updated about the progression system.
But haven't the majority of players just dropped off that game a long time ago?
There's still a lot of players, but I think it definitely did have a massive drop off. It did have a massive drop off, but they were trying to claw it back. But basically, what they've done is they said it's going to be a 2-part season, and the first part, which is dropping on Wednesday, is literally a couple of skins, the legendary skins, and a new heroes and villains mode, and with the Jabba's Palace map from the extra content from the first game. They basically really added that in.
Oh, great!
Yeah, so no new map, one new game system, but it's a tweak on heroes and villains. And then they're saying that in the second part, which is going to come in June, there is going to be a new world and maybe a few more skins and stuff. Like they're going to do Boosh skin and all. It's just like so underwhelming. And then as you said, and you're pointing out, a lot of people are saying, well, EA are obviously stopping supporting this game.
Yeah.
And obviously, because again, what you'd think is if the only way they're going to make money is to have skins, then fucking release a load of them, because people would pay for skins because people love customizing, and there's so many iconic costumes and characters that you could reskin the things for that I'm sure they could start, but they're not even releasing a load. They've released a few, and they've only got announcements on about 3 or 4 more skins. It's like,
I mean,
but this is supposed to be a live service game for 2 years.
Disney should really just cut ties with EA and go for another company, because I don't think EA do have great business practice when it comes to these games.
Well, I was going to say, a lot of people are saying, because obviously Battlefront 2018 is coming out later in the year, and so again, everyone's saying that EA have just given up, and even though DICE, who were the subsection
So hold
of
on,
EA,
Battlefront 2018 is coming out. So what's?
no, not Battlefront. What's it called? There's that game, Battlefield. Sorry,
Oh,
Battlefield.
okay.
And so EA make that, and so basically the rumours are that they're pulling off all their best people,
To put it onto that, of
put them
course.
onto that,
That's probably going to get
and
them
that
good
they've
sales.
actually and that they are giving up now. I mean, I really hope they're not giving up because I still play the game every day and I still enjoy the game. And they have made some tweaks to arcade, and there's going to be Starfighter Fault's going to be now on the arcade mode, so if you don't want to play online, you can play Starfighters. So they're doing good stuff with the game, and I think they had some good plans, and they've been talking about doing a conquest mode, which was basically the mode from the original Battlefronts that everyone actually loved. So I don't know. I mean, again, it's a lot of fanboys speculating on YouTube, but I've been listening to. But equally, the signs are there that things are okay.
Yeah.
So
I think
I don't know. I'm being hopeful, but
I think
rebellions aren't beyond hope.
I think Legacy Killer HD put out a video about it yesterday or today, and he's generally quite accurate with his news. I think it's a bit of a speculation video, but it's talking about the whole EA pulling away and all that. I think I might have posted it to the group. Maybe I didn't. I can't remember. I'll post it afterwards. But yeah, I mean, I think that they could have picked a better company to go with.
Because they're going to be making the new open world game, aren't they, as well? Which is concerning.
Yeah, exactly, and
that's through
kind of
someone else.
You know what? There's so many good open world games now and coming that it doesn't excite me. The Star Wars one.
Well, I mean, again, I still love
doesn't
playing Battlefront because I love playing in the Star Wars sandbox. And it's like playing with toys, isn't it?
Some of the games that I'm seeing that are coming out now, they would really, really have to put a lot into it. And now with the new consoles coming quite soon, you know, I don't see them coming out on these consoles. And I don't think that we've not really heard that much about them from a development point of view either. Obviously, the game that I'm waiting for more than any other is Red Dead Redemption 2. When that comes out, I probably won't play another game for like a year. So, you know.
It's going to be like Westworld, you're going to be lost in it.
Dude, like, the first one is my favourite game of all time, and the second one I can't wait for. You know, when it gets October 26th, ditch your Battlefront and come and join my posse in Red Dead Redemption 2.
I got a bit bored with Red Dead, the first one.
But dude, when you play
I didn't really know how to play it.
The story was brilliant, but when you played it online as well, it's hilarious. So, you know, I'm looking to get back into that.
What was that, on PS3, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had it on the Xbox 360, but it was on PS3 as well, yeah. So yeah, that one I've had it pre-ordered since it got announced, and I'm just waiting.
Are you going to get a Spider-Man game?
Maybe. It looks quite good. It does look quite good. I'll probably wait and see what people say about it once it comes out, and make my decision then. But yeah, if it comes out, when does it come out? That's meant to be
soon,
September or something, right? Is
that
right?
Not far, yeah.
Yeah. See, if it's too close to Red Dead, then no, because you're bringing out that game when there's a game that I'm absolutely waiting for. It just won't get played. It'd be a waste of my money. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, for people that are still into Battlefront, that's a real shame. It's sad because I know what it's like when you've got a game that you really love playing, you get a lot of enjoyment out of, and then they stop supporting it or just really do a half-assed job of it, and you're just like, oh man, this game, and it is with Battlefront, it could be so much better. It could be such a much better game if they.
But the thing is, they've made such an effort with the progression system. Part of me thinks, well, they can't be dumping it because they just made a load of effort. But then if it comes down to, you know, that was DICE making all the effort, and now EA are just saying, actually, bollocks to this.
Oh, dumping it. I mean, you know, they fix it as much as they can. They go, there you go, it's fixed. Now you go play it, and then that's it. We're not updating it anymore. You know, you might get the odd little patch here and there because they'll have a smaller team that will maintain it, but there won't be much big development coming. But who
My
knows?
offer,
Who knows? We
but to
could
be
wrong.
fair, I'd be quite happy if they just release all the old maps on it. To be honest, and let me play on it because I like the old maps on Battlefront 1 anyway. So
But they
to
might
be
do
fair,
that. They might do
because
that. They've got.
they've already added in Bespin and now Jabba's Palace.
They probably will. It's an easy way for them to do updates for people.
Yeah.
What they should do is also include updated versions of the maps from the original games.
That's what. See, but this is what everyone's saying.
That Battlefront
Everyone
2 was
wants-
awesome.
Everyone wants the conquest mode from Battlefront 2, the original one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if they could just adapt some of the maps and put that mode in,
Yeah.
everyone would be bloody happy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And all I need is to put in a few of the classic characters in that aren't in it at the moment, like Grievous, like Obi-Wan. And then everyone will be happy.
I mean, I said to you many times that I used to like the
Ahsoka.
space battles on that, the old Battlefront 2, because I used to like that you were on foot to begin with. You got into ship, you took off, and you could actually land in the enemy Star Destroyer or whatever and just get out
Well,
and start
again,
shooting.
on the latest updates, they have mentioned that it's going to be a lot more doing that kind of stuff.
Oh,
but
that's cool.
again, that's if they actually do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think there is a disconnect between what DICE are saying and what EA are letting them do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing is DICE are saying, because DICE was saying back in
they
January
want
this is
to
what they're
develop
going to do, and they were going to have a roadmap. But
Yeah.
apparently, what's been said is that the EA haven't signed it off.
Well, they've already started to put the money into it. Well, anyway, look, so, I mean, that's a bit of a downer, but, you know, we're going to wrap up now, I think. But we'll end it on high. 2 weeks, and Han Solo comes out, and that's going to be a good, fun adventure. So there's something coming that we can all look
So
forward
we'll definitely
to.
be back in 2 weeks anyway,
We'll definitely be back in 2 weeks, yeah.
but maybe not next week.
We'll definitely be back in 2 weeks, unless that's when baby's born. Then we won't. But yeah, so, and I hope she's not born then, because it's too early. I'd like to just leave it a bit longer. Anyway.
You just want a week off, that's why.
I want a week off, and also I'd like her to be born nearer to her actual due date.
Yeah,
You know,
I guess so.
and not when Han Solo's coming out.
No.
Right. Anyway, so we'll wrap it up here. All the places that you can find us are: you can find us on Facebook at Star Wars Conversations. You can find us on Twitter at Star Wars Convo, or use the hashtag Star Wars Convo. You can find Colin on Twitter at
Captain Colin.
And you can find me on Twitter at
Eagle Eye.
1933. And you can also find us on Instagram at Star Wars Convo. You can find us on all the podcast places such as iTunes, such as Stitcher, such as SoundCloud. Look for Star Wars Conversations, look for Star Wars Convo.
RSS feeds.
RSS
Just find
feeds.
us.
We're all over the interwebs. And you can also find us on the Taylor network of podcasts, which Colin's just about to tell you all about.
It's an amazing feed and place and an internet website and a Facebook site where loads of podcasts, all your geeky needs. So comics like Sunday Comics and Double Page Spread with the wonderful Wendy and Gotham by Geek and Star Trek, Go Trek Yourself, and Doctor Who, the TARDIS podcast is pretty good, and loads of other brilliant ones. I can't remember, but if you like something geeky, they probably do a podcast about it. So again, all the same places where you can find us. Just look for it, Taylor Network podcast, and subscribe to the feed, and you'll get all the podcasts for free.
For free, the best kind. Right, so that will do it for us. And until next time,
Punch it, Chewie.
may the Force be with you.
I'm